Texas boxing scene is here with former fighter and current promoter Carlos Alcocer of Alcocer Entertainment, bringing a loaded card to the Life Pavilion in Laredo, Texas on June 17th. I'm going to bring in Carlos right now. Thank you for joining me today, Carlos. Appreciate you having on. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your show on June 17th?
Okay, thank you for having me. The show is gonna be June 17 on the pavilion, like you said. It's gonna be 9 fights, 9 professional fights. 2 of them will be going for the ABF championship belts. That will be Jorge Ramos against Alec McGee, and also uh, Danny Villarreal. He's gonna be fighting for a belt as well. Both of them. Danny Villarreal is the disciple from Zapata, Texas. Uh, it's gonna be I think it's a pre-packed show. Uh, most
I
of the
wanted to
fighters are
ask.
there.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you about that, right? Because Jorge Ramos, the Laredo fighters in general, they are really not afraid to take an out. They will fight anyone. And a lot of times in boxing now, you see people want to protect their record. They want to get their record to 15-0, 20-0. They only want easy fights on their way up. What is it about Laredo fighters in general that makes them so tough and so willing to fight anybody? Because I mean, this is kind of unique to these fighters in Laredo where they don't care. They'll take the toughest fight available. Jorge Ramos is one of those guys in particular.
I believe that they want to come out. They want to be seen, and they're not scared of anybody. They're ready to fight, and it's a pretty tough city for fighting. They're pretty good, all of them, uh, and I believe they'll have much chances, to get their record up and get a nice record before going out in the world, for better things. And that's what I'm trying to do with my promotions. Give them have at least, I don't know, 5 fights a year, so they can get their records up, and then from take it from there. Maybe go for a belt or something. Better their records from the Laredo fighters.
There are a lot of good fighters in that area. From Laredo all the way down to the Rio Grande Valley, there are a ton of good fighters, and a lot of times all they need is a chance. And we saw that now with Jorge Castaneda, who's got huge wins on the zone card on the zone
Yeah.
cards. He's beaten two matchroom prospects, really highly touted prospects, and now they're co-featuring him on another card in Mexico coming up. We see this with Josh Juarez, who took tough fights early on. Jennifer Lozano, the amateur, is doing amazing things,
Oh yeah.
national champion. Really, really impressive stuff. What's going on in Laredo? Now, we know the Canizales brothers are there, so there's a boxing history in Laredo. But what's going on now that so many good fighters are coming out of Laredo all at around the same time?
I think that they all saw that this opportunity. With in boxing, you just gotta go hard. And like you said, Jorge Castañeda, he's going coming up on June 10th in Mexico City for a tough fight. He's fighting a pretty experienced fighter, around 40 fights. He ain't scared, like you said. He's trying to get up, probably set up for a championship, world championship fight. Um, Josh Juarez also, he's in there. He's close by to getting like a sign with a big promoter or something. They're actually I trained with them when I was boxing. I was in camp with them. And Jorge's my cousin, and I know Josh pretty well for a long time. And like you said, Jennifer, she's doing pretty good. All of a sudden, like you said, the boxing in Laredo like kind of exploded. There's a lot of fighters right now active. Amateurs going good. The professionals are doing good. Some from going out of the country, to fight.
Yeah,
And with the younger ones, the ones that have a little bit less record, we're gonna be working with them, putting some shows together, and take it from there.
absolutely, absolutely. Now we'll talk about a couple of the fights you got going on. The Ramos versus McGee fight. McGee's a fighter from El Paso, I believe, correct? That's a really intriguing fight. Both guys have a pretty good record.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really good fight. Both guys eager to take it. Was anyone a little hesitant because that's a big fight. That's a tough fight for both guys, but it's a really good, really entertaining fight.
Actually, they both say yes pretty fast. They didn't hesitate that much. It's pretty uh they're pretty fair, and on the records, it's gonna be a pretty good fight, I believe. One of them is 7-3, and the other one is 7-2. McGee, and they're ready. McGee is ready. He's training hard, and then also the Ramos brothers in Laredo. They're doing good, and it's gonna be a good fight. The main event. That's the main event. Jorge Ramos versus McG.
Yeah, they both took tough fights on the way up. I mean, Alex fought you in his pro debut. He
Yeah,
fought Javi Fernandez from San Antonio in his third fight. I mean, these guys don't take easy fights at
yeah.
all. They're not looking for easy fights at all. Then we have Nick Molina's on the card. I want to ask you about Nick Molina. I think the world of him. I think Nick Molina has world championship talent. I really do. It's just a matter of keeping him busy, keeping him active, keeping him on weight. I talked to Josh Juarez. Josh Juarez thinks he's really, really good too. What's your thoughts on Nick Molina, and what weight will he be fighting at?
He's gonna be fighting 175 right now. And I like yourself. I think he's pretty good, and he has aspirations to go in the world, get go big, get good championship, and like I said, I wanna keep him active, all of them. Whoever's put in the work and put in the stay active in the ring, they're gonna be having fights with in my promotions. I'm open for all of them, and I'm gonna support them and get him lined up, to better things coming up. Nick Molina is pretty talented. I believe I saw his last fight. He took it, I believe, like in a week notice or so.
Yeah,
He did a great job. He got dropped, but he got up and he stopped the guy. And I really liked the fight. So when I thought about the promotions, I really thought really fast about talking to Nick. And good thing he agreed, and he's gonna be in the card. He's gonna be the co-main event of the card, and he's doing great actually.
what is the main event? Is Danny the Disciple the main? Is the Jorge Ramos fight the main? What's the main event?
The main event is Jorge Ramos against Alec McGee.
Okay.
Co-main event is gonna be Nick Molina, opponent to be announced, and the special attraction fight is gonna be Danny Villarreal fighting for the ABF title. Yeah.
Danny's another guy. I think he's 22. He's got a really impressive record. He looked really, really good on his last fight at the Sam's Auto Arena. Looked really good. What do you think about Danny the Disciple Villarreal from
He
nearby
works
Zapata? Yeah.
he works really hard, man. I've seen him work. He trains every day, he runs every day, strength and conditioning. He's pretty fit, guy. He's ready. He's always ready for a fight, and he's giving it his all. I think he's got big dreams. Uh, he and his family are putting the work that he needs. Um, he's coming up. He's 5-5 knockouts, 5-0. I think we can do good things. He can do good things in the ring, and he's gonna be great. A great fight.
Now you're not just a promoter. You're a professional fighter as well, so you know this business, inside and out from the ground up. What made you want to get into promoting, and why did you want to get into promoting now?
I always like boxing, since I was younger, and I always like to. I'm always waiting to go see a fight, in Laredo or around the area, but there's not that much boxing in Laredo. And the main thing that I want to do that got me motivated, that I know I can help the guys, get their records instead of just like you said taking hard fights and have to go to Las Vegas or whatever to fight an undefeated fighter, knockout or whatever with a big promoter. I'm trying to build them up like the other promoters do, because I'm trying to protect my own from Laredo and give them a pathway, to a championship. Not just throw them out there with the lions, like they say, and just so they can have a fight or two a year, That's what's motivating me. That I know I can get them to stay in the city and fight. Have a steady fights, every 1 2 months, and build up the record.
Uh, is that what you plan on? Is the plan, the goal is to have 4 or 5 shows a year?
Yeah, yeah, that's my plan. And I'm gonna keep with it. I'm working hard for it, and I think I can do it. We can do it, and the fighters are ready. Talk to them, and they're ready to do that.
That would be great for the city of Laredo. The fight fans, they really come out for their shows in Laredo. They really support their fights. If you could do 4 or 5 shows a year, that would be great for boxing in Laredo. It would build a big fan base. It would really bring these fighters up. Because the fans in Laredo, they really show up, and they're passionate, and they're
Yeah,
knowledgeable fans. It's a great little fight town. It's not a big city. It's not New York or Philly, right? But I mean, the fans are very passionate, and they're very, very knowledgeable about boxing. It's a great little fight city.
Yeah, all Laredo, most of Laredo, they're like boxing. Every time there's an event, it's pretty packed. They all support the fighters, amateur, pros. I'm pretty sure even if you do it once a month, twice a month, the thing's gonna be packed anyways. People are ready just to go watch a fight. You're anxious to watch a fight in Laredo.
I'm looking I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to covering your events. Really
Nice
really
to have you there.
excited.
Yeah, I
Really
can't wait to have you
excited.
there also. Yeah.
Absolutely. Really really excited to see what fights you can produce and the action and see the upcoming fighters. Is there anyone else on the card? And you get a guy, some one or two fighters making their pro debut. Anyone else we should really really keep an eye on that you think has a lot of talent that we should watch?
I believe all of them, they all have potential. Like you said, two of them are making a pro debut. That's Johan Alvarado and Robert Ocampo. He's making a pro debut as well. Right. Actually, Robert is going to in camp with Jorge Castañeda. They're going to
Okay.
Mexico City. He's gonna be doing camp over there and then come back to fight for his pro debut. And Alan Garcia from Zapata. He's born in Zapata, but he's lived in Laredo for a long time. He's gonna make a comeback. He's pretty good, but he was taking care of some stuff in life. Now he coming back to the ring and he's training hard. He's doing good. Um, Alex Ramos, like you said, he's gonna hit. He's the kind of guy, like you said, he's not scared of anybody. Uh, he doesn't even ask for the opponent. He's just ready to fight. He doesn't care about the opponent. And
The both of them, they'll fight anyone at any time. Like you knock on their door, you want to fight, they'll come out. Like they're just willing to fight anyone at any time, and I love that because it's such a rare thing in boxing. These everyone wants to know the opponent. They want to, they no, I don't want him. It's and they'll fight anybody. They don't care.
yeah, everybody wants to watch a video or something about the opponent, check them out, see some flaws or anything. And but now these guys are, like I said, the Laredo fighters are ready to fight. They're ready to. They want to fight, man. Like I said, there's no fights in the area so often, you know. And I mean, a fighter wants to keep active. Active. You don't like. I mean, most of the fighters they don't like the gym part of the boxing. They like the
Right.
sparring part and the fighting part. And none of them like running that much. They're fighters, so just to be training all day, every week, every month, and then for there's not any fights coming up or anything, they get a little bit, down or. But now that I'm trying with what I'm trying to do and keep them active, I think that they're gonna be feeling like a new fire for boxing, because they know they're gonna have fight coming up quick after the one day they coming up on June 17th.
Hmm.
They know there's gonna be another fight coming up soon, and they're not gonna be waiting in the gym and training for nothing. They're waiting for to go, I don't know, San Antonio in 6 months or in a year to fight again. I think it's gonna give them a big motivation to know that they're gonna fight every month, 2 months. It's gonna be good for them.
It's a great thing to have that many cards and keep the fighters active, help them build their records and take tough fights and
Yeah.
improve, and be able to have more than one or two fights a year. We can have 4 or 5 fights a year, keep them active, keep them busy. It helps the growth, and it also helps the growth of boxing in Laredo. It keeps the fan base involved. It keeps them interested. I wanted to ask you about that. Promoting boxing on these smaller cards is a really, really difficult job. Has it presented any challenges? Like you've been involved in boxing for years as a fighter, but like, is promoting more difficult than you thought it was going to be?
I don't know, man. The thing is, I'm like I said, I'm going hard for it, and I don't see the hard part of it. I'm just trying to make it happen, and but all of the fighters, the good thing about small town fighters, they all do they promote themselves.
Yeah.
They bring each of them bring a lot of fan base, so they all help with the promotion. Uh, Most of the fighters that the people follow them, they want to go see them fight, and I believe like in Laredo, there's the arena. It's a big arena. I believe we can bring big belts to the city, and it's gonna be packed. The arena. I believe we can bring people from around, Zapata, San Antonio, Eagle Pass. If we build up one of the fighters or a few of them that get ready for I don't know, championship, international championship, WC, something like that. We don't need to go out of town. I think we can do it there, and they can go up in the ranks in their own city.
I wanted to ask you about that, right? Because you're right. You have the talent to build world champions. I mean, you have a lot of it. Do you look at the card that you put together, be like, wow, for a small
Thank you.
card, for a small town card, I have a ton of talent. Like this is a really good night of box. Like,
Yeah,
surprise yourself how much talent you have on a card.
yeah. Actually, I mean, all of them. Like you saw if you saw the poster, they're all of them lined up, and because I know all of them have potential. I don't like just showing up like one fighter or whatever. I know all of them, Laredo fighters. They have potential. They're hungry for it. They train every day, and like I said, it's surprising. Like right now, Laredo is really good for boxing. Everything is good. Amateur is coming up, and yeah, I think it's gonna be really great, really great.
It's like I said, it's become one of the best little
Yeah,
fight cities in the country. I mean, it really is. The fan base is so passionate and so knowledgeable. It's pouring out so many really world class fighters, all at the same time. Well, let give you a chance to let everyone know where they can get their tickets. How do they get in contact? How can they get tickets to the show?
tickets actually we're selling them directly, person to person. I have a number in the box rec where they can call to contact my assistant. She's Amanda Caceres. She's the one giving out the tickets and selling them. Also, they can get them with the fighters. Like I said, the local fighters they all have a big fan base. So they all bringing selling tickets and all that. Uh, but like the tickets, like I said, they're gonna be sold directly from us through the. It's my first show, so I just wanted to do a little bit close.
Sure. So the fighters, and then there's a contact number for Carlos on his box rec that if you're
Yeah, in the box
interested,
rec, there's a phone number. Just call that number, and you can get the tickets delivered to you or at any time. Just call the number, and you'll have the tickets.
guys, if you're going to be anywhere near Laredo on June 17th, really, this is an absolutely loaded card. It's a card I'm really excited for. There are a ton of good fighters here,
Yeah,
world championship caliber fighters on this card. Guys, you don't want to miss this. You know how to get tickets. Carlos, I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on with me.
I appreciate your time, man. Have a nice day.
All right. God bless.
Thank you.